Good day all, it is 3:54 p.m. on the afternoon of what they tell us is the 27th of the 1st in the year 2025. And I'll repeat before I go forward, if you've never seen the film They Live, go and watch it. John Carpenter film from the 80s, and listen to when they're talking about the year 2025. They have to tell you, these people, these beings that control us, have to tell you what's happening in order to comply with universal law, L-O-R-E, natural law, L-O-R-E, and common law, L-A-W. This is the Self-Preservation Society. I'm Bazzzilll, broadcasting truth and therapy. Here I am using the talking stick. Still can't upload to YouTube. An upload from 2 or 3 weeks, a couple of weeks back I think. They put a strike on me for it, said for a week, but I still can't upload. So I'd appreciate even more if you would share this around, and my channel, my main Bitchute channel. Link in the description box below if you're not watching it from listening from that channel. But anyway, I want to start you with this. This is Liz Truss speaking. Hold on a minute.
As a little girl, I was thinking, if I get prime minister, I'll be like Churchill, I'll change the country. That's not how it works.
Exactly. And what I discovered was that I was not holding the levers. The levers were held by the Bank of England, by the Office of Budget Responsibility. They weren't held by the Prime Minister or the Chancellor. And I think that's a massive, massive problem.
Hang on. You're saying the central bank, the Bank of England, is one of the things that controls it. Are you a conspiracy theory person?
Well,
you almost sound like Worm. You're MAGA.
What I'm saying, Steve, is that if the Bank of England governor can't be sacked and the Prime Minister can be sacked, then the Bank of England governor is going to have more power than the Prime Minister. And that is a problem in a democracy. Because the fact is, the left have succeeded in infiltrating our campuses.
For those of you who don't know, that's Liz Truss. And for a while, she was the British Prime Minister. I think she was speaking there on the Steve Bannon show. And thanks to Jason Nota for posting that, otherwise I wouldn't have seen it. Did you hear what she said? The Prime Minister can be sacked, but the Bank of England governor cannot be sacked. Think about that, people. Just think about that. I've got a few things that I want to talk about, but while this is fresh in my mind, and before I go on and start removing the memes to go on to other subjects, just listen to a Bill Donahue clip on a Facebook reel where he says, ye are all gods, quoting from scriptures. And somebody said, it doesn't mean that you all are gods. It means that you are gods, meaning you are the property of God. And everybody was mocking this bloke, but that's duality for you. And as I saw the comments, I see that he was, or can be perceived to be right. We either have the power of gods, as I feel Jesus was trying to tell us, or we are owned by God. And so I said to him, you're right. We are owned by God. I said, but every God I've ever studied over 40 years turns out to be at best an ET or an alien, and at worst a dark, demonic, satanic being. And I am spending my life trying to break free from that. So I dropped that in there because, you know, that one passage, ye are gods or ye are all gods, can be interpreted two ways. And it is a question of your awareness and whatever as to which way you interpret that. And that fella that basically said you are the property of God, is no doubt, in my mind, a slave to the matrix, to the mindset, to the control, to everything else that enslaves us and dominates us. And everything I'm about here is about changing that. And I will continue in this quest. I will continue in this crusade. Not for fame, fortune or adulation. I'm not one of these truthers that do it for your money, your fame. You don't know what I look like. It's not important what I look like at all. What is important is what I bring to you here on my channel. The knowledge, the awareness, the wisdom that I have at my own particular point of awareness. And I do it to empower, enlighten and enable you to break free of the prison that many of you don't realise you're in. Many of you don't realise you're in. And, you know, when you think about what Liz Truss has just said, what you've just heard her say, and then you think about Donald Trump, look at that there. He's giving you it in one hand to appease you. Oh, Donald, I think you're wonderful. MAGA, you've come to save us. Drain the swamp, blah, blah, blah. Here's some JFK files for you. What's the point in releasing those JFK files? Will anybody stand trial for it? It was 60 years ago, wasn't it? Will anybody stand trial for it? Will any changes be made so things like that don't happen again? No. That man that many of you think has come to save you, this, that and the other, is giving you that in one hand to appease you, and in the other hand, while you're distracted thinking about the JFK files, 500 billion in AI infrastructure, AI mRNA vaccines, merging countries, this, that and the other. While you're looking over there, he's doing something over here, and they all do it. What Liz Truss said there on the Steve Bannon show really struck me, because it's not often you hear any form of truth come out of a politician. But what she was saying was absolutely correct. Look it up for yourself. The Prime Minister cannot sack the Governor of the Bank of England. He's a puppet put in there by the controllers. And by the same token, so is she. You know, Keir Starmer, he's just a puppet. We all know that. It's blatantly fucking obvious, unless you're completely and utterly brain dead and an imbecile. And so the same can be said with Donald Trump and anybody else that occupies the office of Prime Minister or President or whatever in their country. Indeed, rulers, so-called kings. King Charles, he's just dancing to the tune of the Rothschilds and the bankers, this, that and the other. They've got him by the balls, they always have had. They protected him when he was Prince from Jimmy Savile. They got Keir Starmer to bury it. He was his best friend. Diana didn't like him. It's a big fat club. And you ain't in it. You are not in it. You don't count. They want you, as George Carlin said, just intelligent enough to operate the machines, but not too intelligent that you question why you operate the machines. And that's how humankind works. Mankind does not work that way. I speak to you as a man. I don't speak to you with my ego and whatever. I speak to you as a man. I don't speak to you from the spiritual aspect of self. I speak to you here from the conscious aspect of the true self, the soul, that which is creation itself, and not corrupted from creation like the spirit is, or the body, the mind, the ego. When you seek to understand what I'm saying to you, it is very challenging. Very challenging. And I don't care if you mock, block me, delete me, this, that and the other. You know, that just tells me of your subservience to the system at whose altar you are kneeling. I'm not. I'm standing. I'm not at the moment. I'm sitting on the sofa. But you understand what I'm saying. I'm standing in truth. In humble appreciation, awareness of truth. And I will continue to do so. And I will continue to seek to be ridiculed by those that reach outside of their self for a leader because they don't know what it is to lead their self. I care not. I just care that I am doing what I'm doing for the right reasons, because it's the right thing to do. You can, I put that, and you'll see it shortly, the Elon Musk and his salute meme up. All the ridicule I got from people in certain truther groups, this, that and the other, because they all think that he's coming to save them, just like many think Donald Trump is coming to save them. This come to me the other day and I posted this. Lucifer never fell. Lucifer was defeated by Satan. Just like you, your light, Lucy, L-U-C-I, is dominated by your own darkness. That come to me the other day and I made it up as a post in my group on Facebook and shared it on MeWe. Links to both of those are below in the description box, including a new group I started on Facebook. Just going to let that organically grow, that new group. It's right at the bottom of the description box, that is. But anyway, you are the light. You are the way. You're blinded by your own light and you walk in shadows. Lucifer is the light that you are. Satan is the shadows that you walk in. It's not outside of you, it's within you. It's part of you. It's what the Lakota call the two wolves fighting inside of you. Which one do you feed? Do you feed your true self and seek to unlearn all that you've ever learned in order that you may learn and become aware? Or do you continue to be dominated by your mind, your ego, and your spiritual aspect of this incarnation? Not me. Not me. Sim through it and I seek to rise above it, and I seek to take you with me. I can't do it for you. I can only lead you to knowledge and awareness, and I do it with all humility and all good intention, because I care. I care. Do you care enough to love enough to change, to be the change? It's my question to you. Think about it for a minute. Look at that meme there. I think that's brilliant. The only thing Columbus discovered was that he was lost. And if you read the history books, as we're told, you can only come to that conclusion. But of course, the history books are there. History is a lie, telling of events that never happened, told to us by people that wasn't even there. Soren Kierkegaard. You know, I've just been questioned on MeWe. When I put that quote on MeWe about Lucifer, question on it, how do you know this? You know, everybody wants to have proof. They don't believe anything unless there's proof. That's not the way I work. I explained to this person 40 years journey, challenging either consciously or unconsciously all that I know and questioning it to come to awareness. It is my awareness, predominantly what I speak of here. It's not yours, it's mine, right? But it's come because I've knowingly or unknowingly, often, have worked to break free of the shackles that have contained me, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, in order that I can become aware of the I am that the soul that I am represents, creation itself, and not a corruption or bastardization of creation. I do not reach outside of myself for someone to save me. I might have done many times in the past, but no longer do I do that. And I haven't done for years. Because I understand what it is to be complete within the self. I don't fully know all of it, but I understand what it is to be complete within the self. I was out with Terry Saturday. That was interesting because what I'm going to speak about aside, we see the deer. Not only did we see the deer, but the stag was with all the females. I've never seen that. Not out in the wild here in Kent, where I've often spoke to you about seeing the deer. I've seen them separately, the deer on its own, and often only seen it twice up until Saturday. But that was quite interesting and profound. But anyway, we was at this little tea room at the back of an antiques place at Chilham, having a cup of tea and something to eat outside, sitting outside because it was a beautiful day. And we both, I met Terry through my interest in the Native American peoples, this, that, and the other, and spoke about the pipe. And what is it now? 9 years ago, I gave my pipe away. 9 years ago, I gave my pipe away, and I spoke to him and told him why. Because when you have this pipe, the Shanupa Lutan Wakan, you keep it in a bundle in two parts. The bowl, which is the feminine aspect of self, and the stem, which is the masculine aspect of self, and you keep it broken in a pipe bundle, and you only put it together, complete it, when you're doing ceremony or smoking with somebody, there's something for just a social smoke, which you can do with a pipe. But often people, the carriers of it, would put it together for ceremony when they were evoking some form of help from outside of themselves. And the reason I give it away 9 years ago is that I realised that to be complete, I must be connected all the time. The two aspects of self, the black, the white, dark, the dark and the light, the masculine, feminine, the yin and the yang, this and that. The two aspects of self must be connected and complete. That's the great mystery. The Lakota, when they beseech, when they pray, when they evoke, they speak to the great mystery. Wakan Tonka Shila. The great mystery is not outside of us, it is within us. That's what I learnt and continue to learn, and that's why I passed my sacred red pipe, my Shanupa Lutan Wakan, and gave it to somebody who I felt would walk with it with grace and humility. And I don't regret doing that, because it freed me from another burden of carrying something in order that I may feel complete, whole, special. There he is, look, doing that. There's another meme, the Nazi salute. Now, it's not him just doing that. It's not him just doing that. People have tried to defend him, saying he brought his hand from his heart, this, that and the other. But it's not him just doing that, look. It's a big club and you ain't in it. There's a few of the others doing it. There's a few of the others doing it. Many of you will point out their little hand signals, their little Masonic hand signals, and call them out for that. But you won't call them out for that. Symbolism. Symbolism. You've really got to try and understand symbolism. They all know what they're saying with their symbols. We need to understand what they're saying. I love that meme on the right. When I see that the other day, I thought, I've got to have that. Because that really, really speaks volumes of people that say they follow Jesus. They don't follow him, they're waiting for him to return. I don't follow Jesus. I walk side by side with him. As he done, I tried to do, and far greater things. I live by his teachings. I don't let them control me. I try to live by his teachings. That's why I sound so weird to people, especially spiritualists, this, that and the other. Because I cast out the hypocrites. I'll call you out. And I'll call out the moneylenders, those that seek to profit off another through their so-called spiritual gifts. They're not gifts at all if you charge for them. They are not gifts. So don't tell people they're spiritual gifts and then charge for them. Psychics, I suppose, are something different. I don't know. Truthers, the same. I don't care who I offend. Really don't care who I offend. If I offend you, ask yourself why I'm offending you with what I say about these things. Because it's only the ego that gets offended. And if you're not walking in truth, in love, in light, with integrity, then you will be offended by anything that I say. And I make no apologies for that. No apologies at all. I care not if I offend anyone. I care for those that will be deceived if I don't speak the truth at my point of awareness and knowing. And I'll continue to do it because I'm on a crusade. It's my quest to shine a light into the darkness. I won't be able to reach the Bill Gates of this world, the Klaus Schwabs, this, that and the other. They only exist because of us at the bottom of the pyramid that give them power. And I will shine a light on those that give them power, perpetuate the system that enslaves us by complying with it and seeking to profit from it. That's what I do. That's what I'll do. And I'm going to offend so many of you. And I'll continue to offend so many of you. And I care not if your ego has been bruised or hurt. I care for those that will be deceived if I do not speak the truth at my point of knowing and awareness. Latchington Spiritualist Church is the latest one to block me or delete one of my comments. Billy Wakeling put a comment up there, he runs it now, saying, believe in yourself. And I simply wrote, faith, hope and belief are the three keys to our enslavement. And he deleted that comment. He likes to have power. People like him, especially those at charge, and he's got a shop where he does private readings, just saying, no. Wonderful. Wonderful. Your karma, not mine. Your karma, not mine. I could never do that. I've never done it in 40 years. Charged anybody that wishes to benefit from my abilities outside the five senses. Never charged anybody in order that I would personally, materially gain from their dilemma, their seeking, their trauma, whatever it is. Never. And that's why I make so many people in spiritualism uncomfortable. So many psychics uncomfortable. So many truthers uncomfortable. Because I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not perfect. But I seek perfection. And I cannot seek perfection in this false matrix. I can seek to be perfect within it and to expose it for what it is, and that's what I try to do. But this false matrix that we live in, controlled by, we're compliant with, we're dominated by, will never provide us with the answers. The answers I've learnt. Yes, you may find clues outside of you. Read books, listen to people, this, that and the other, and experience something you've never experienced before. But until you go deep within the self and experience the self, the shadows of the self, the demons of the self, and go beyond them to find your true light, you will never be able to fully become aware and knowing ever. It all starts with you. Deep, deep within you. And you've got to get through so much to get to the true essence of self. Trust me, I know. I've walked it and I continue to walk it. Dealing with my demons, my shadows. Stilling my mind. Controlling my ego in order that I may go beyond the spiritual self to the true self, which has no gender, has no form, other than the form I give it, and the light that it is, because I give it the energy, the true self. I give my light the energy to shine, and so should you, so can you, so should you. Stop hating on people because they're different to you. Seek to understand them. Seek to help them. Try to help them. If you know better than them, and many of us do, and that's why I do what I do here. My intention is pure and honourable. My integrity is without question. And Jason phoned me out the other day. My mate Jason didn't have his number on my phone. He said, "But don't you know it's me?" I said, "No, I sent in an upload a few months back. Lost my phone, lost a load of numbers. I'll store it now." Anyway, he said, "I've got this friend here. What is it you do?" You know, and so I explained to him. He was talking about my spiritual abilities, spiritual gifts, this, that, and the other, and whatever. Anyway, he said, he must have had me on loudspeaker, and he said, "Give me this girl," I won't mention her name, possibly wants a reading. Anyway, she started off by saying, "Ever since my father died," I said, stop. She said, "What?" I said, "If you want to come to me for a reading, don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know nothing about you." I said, "Because if you're feeding me," I said, "and I don't want you to do it," I said, "but I could do what other people do, other mediums do, and I've seen them do it. Take what you're giving them, and you don't know you're doing it, corrupt it, bastardise it, and then feed it back to you, and you think they're fucking wonderful." I said, "Don't do that with me. Don't tell me anything about yourself." Oh, all right, she said. "So what can you do?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "But what I can assure you is that you will get integrity from me. Everything I do is based upon integrity and humility." I said, "So whenever you're ready, get my number off Jason and give me a ring." That's how I work, people. I stop people telling me, because I wrap it up and send it back to them. And I've seen so many mediums do that. So many psychics do that, and whatever. Can't help themselves. Can't help themselves. That's what they do. That's not me. I'm on a crusade to shine a light on all that fucking darkness. And whether it pleases or offends you is dependent upon your ego or your awareness. I'm on a crusade and I won't stop. You keep reaching outside of yourself for somebody to save you, and I'll keep going within myself to become my own saviour. Knowing the truth will set you free. But it's fucking painful, and not many people, it appears to me, are willing to go through that pain in order to find the freedom that you can only find by going within. I'm on a crusade. I'm on a quest. If you resonate with what I'm saying here, then share this message. Wherever you find it, either of my Bitchute channels, Rumble, Odyssey, Brighteon, Not on YouTube at the moment because they won't let me post. Share the message. Share the message. Have a look in the description box below. And if I can be of assistance to anybody, as I've done with so many people that have emailed me, and then I might have had a chat with them on Skype if they're abroad, or give them a phone number and had a chat with them here, then I'll do so. But I'm not the panacea to your journey, your soul's journey. I can only help you to help yourself. That's all I can do. And that's all I try to do. Because I think it's a wonderful thing to be able to do for somebody. And I've been doing it for many, many years now. And I'll continue to do it. I think it's a wonderful thing to be able to help someone. And I love doing it. I just love doing it. What else is there to live for? I'm not here for living. I'm here to live. And so should you be. If this message resonates, share the message. Don't share me. Share the message. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you, I see another me. Mitako Yasin, we are all connected. We are all connected. We might be related. We might be relatives, but I'll tell you, we're all connected. Share the message. Don't share me.